There is nothing fancy about this video. It's just me showing you what I've got. Pretty much all of my melee weapons, well, tools, mainly tomahawks and small machetes. I can't really show you my huge ones because they're just way too big to fit in the screen, but I'll show you my tomahawks and small machetes. So first up, we've got the Smith & Wesson Extraction and Evasion Tomahawk. This guy is a freaking beast. Look at him. Look at how thick that is. Man, that is thick. This is the thickest stock of steel I have ever seen on a tool, which makes it quite unideal for chopping. I mean, it is quite good for chopping, but it's kind of like a really sharp hammer because it's so thick behind the edge here. It doesn't really have the normal tomahawk cutting ability that you usually get. But this thing is made out of 1075 or 1070, I believe. It's got just a stupid Chinese coating. It will not last, it's not really lasting. But yeah, this thing is a beast. You can use that to pry open pretty much just about anything that you're strong enough to pry open with. Next up, we've got and this one was about 120 when I got it. I'll be talking prices, steals, and stuff. Here we have the Walther Tactical Tomahawk. This thing is overpriced for what it is. It was like 85 bucks for what? 420 stainless steel. That's pretty bull. You've got a nice design on it. You've got what is this? This is very forward heavy because it's not full tang. The tang stops about here. It's got one of those polymer tangs which never really last. I don't really trust these. I have used anything that I'm showing today. I've used, but I don't really know. I've used that one and it's not really that good. It's just weird. Next up is the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. This guy is a beast. I love the Cold Steel Tomahawks. I've only got the tactical ones. This is the only partial tang tomahawk I'll trust. And the reason I say that is because just look at that. Look at that compared to like this. I'd trust this way more than this thin plastic area thingy. This has got thicker plastic, bigger bolts. It's just more reliable in my opinion. Now, since this isn't full tang, I wouldn't pry with it like this. Even though I know some people, pry with it, it still works. This was about, I think it's like 60 bucks for 1055 carbon steel. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm fanning out right now. I haven't touched these things in a long time, and I've missed, my knives, man. It's just been so long since I've really touched any of them. This one looks like the exact same thing as the other one. Only difference is that it's a different head design. Let me just show you the difference. Yeah, you can see that. It's a different head design, different spike, different. This has more pronounced spike. It's exactly the same thing as that. 1055 carbon steel. And it was actually $6 extra. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because of the grinding job on the spike is more precise. But I don't know, it's pretty dirty. I need to clean it, man. Alright, next up, we've got the Bunnings Pickaxe. And yup, the handle is supposed to be green and blue. And the head was coated. I did strip the coating off of it because, you know me, with my knives, I don't really like having them. I like them black and silver, or just black in general. This is a beast for $9. The steel is pretty soft. I have used this before, and I have dulled the tip by hitting a bunch of rocks with it. But it does sharpen up pretty nicely. My friend Bao, he has one of these, and man, he really thrashed the hell out of it, and still kicking for $9. Man, that's pretty good. Next up, for my, well, not for my, but it's another really agricultural tool, more of a weapon, but here we have the Est-Wing long-handled rock pick. This thing is a beast. It's a thin tang, but it's got such a stocky head that it just has so much weight behind it. I've broken rocks with this. I've penetrated through just all sorts of shit. And man, the tip is dull. Look at that. Let me show you. It's 1055 carbon steel, full tang construction. And this spike is very dull, but it really is for rock. So you'd expect it to get dull. No excuses there. You got a rubberized handle. Man, I love this thing. Just me and my friend Bao, we'd go on adventures together into the forest, and we'd search for spiders, And I miss it, man. I miss breaking rocks open with that. I mean, not that there's spiders in the rocks, but you get my point. Next up is my first ever machete. The Gator machete. This thing is a piece of shit. Man, I have broken the tip on this. Let me show you. This thing was $60 too. Ridiculously priced for what you're paying. I think it's 8CR13 MOV steel. It's not very good steel, I know. It's pretty shitty steel, but yeah, it's not even full tank too, so yeah. Next up, we have another piece of shit. This is the X-Tactical Barong, and it is a stainless steel, 420 stainless steel right there. Yeah, 420. Sorry about the super bright light, but I don't really have a good camera right now. This thing is decent. It fits well in the hand. It's just weird. Like, the handle is all gimmicky. It's stick stock. The grinds are good. It's hollow grind, by the way, which is just shit. Why would I hollow grind it, man? That's dumb. But next up is my favorite. Dude, this thing is serious. I love this. This is the Yessi Junglist. And this thing was, I forgot all about prices. Alright, this was $9. This was, I think it was $60. This one was $60. This one was $6. Yeah, you can see I only pay $60 for certain things. But this was, well, $300. And that's pretty ridiculously priced. But the reason I got this for $300 was because this is pretty much my go-to. If I could only have one knife, this is what I'd take. My mom's singing in the background. I know, poor quality, poor quality. It's got some nice micarta handle scales right there. 1095 high carbon steel. Full flat grind. The sheath on it is kick-ass too. I have massacred some eels with this. And it is a pretty good knife for a little overpriced. It is Australia we're in. Got to keep that in mind. Alright, next up we got something that I really confused about. I don't regret buying it, but I also don't really understand why I bought it. I don't need this. This is a brush sword. So it's a lightweight machete / weapon hybrid. So it can function for either of those functions. You've got a big blade with a big recurve on it. It's nice and thick too. You've got it's kind of tapered right there. You can see how it goes thin and it gets thick again. Yeah, very acute tip. The steel on this is about, well, I mean not about, the steel on it is 3CR13. Shit, dang it. I think it was 8CR13. Dude, I forgot my steels. Dang it. But yeah, this is a pretty nice one. It's lightweight and does its job. But I wouldn't trust it just because of its steel. Next up, we got the Kapenga Machete. Man, hold on, let me get the brightness back up. Alright, there we go. So the Kapenga Machete is just it's 1055 carbon. This was $60 again. This was only $20, but for $20, this is better than that. I know. Be careful where you buy your shit, because you never know when you get a bargain or not. That's that. Next up, we have another cold steel machete. I have with me the Latin machete, which that's with a saw back on it. Yes, the saw back works, and yes, this was only $13, and this is really good for $13. If you need a machete, just get this for $13. This will do just fine. It's pretty much the same steel as all these axes. It's 1055 high carbon, but it really just is about the design on it, and the design isn't that intricate, which makes it cheaper. So yeah, this here is my friend's favorite, Jaden. If you're watching, this is the Gladius. I don't know why this is his favorite. I think it's because in his game he plays a certain character that uses this sword, and he's like badass with him. I can understand that. This is a pretty versatile weapon. It is double-edged. It's nice. Oh, and this was this really should only be $50, but I paid $80 for it because I was dumb. Dumb. Alright, next up we got the cold steel Cutlass machete. And man, this thing is, I don't know if I can fit this on screen, but it is a Cutlass, pretty much. Same deal as the machetes, it's just a Cutlass. That one was 50 bucks. 1055 high carbon steel, and yeah, I'm getting tired, man. This one is my old favorite. This is the thigh machete, long handle, long thin blade. This is kind of just I don't know, it's a nice brush cutter, nice budget sword too. I'll put that there. Next up, we've got one of my Filipino design, but it is called steel again. Oh, and that was 50 bucks. This is 30 bucks. This is the Barong Machete. It is a very nice leaf-shaped machete, originating from the Philippines. 1055 high carbon steel. Nothing special about it. I mean, well, they're all just machetes. The thing that you gotta get with cold steel machetes is that they're all the same thing. Same handle, same sheet, same steel. It's just the shape. Literally what it is. It's just the shape and thickness. This here whoosh, is a giant razor blade. Nah, I'm kidding. It's the cold steel all-terrain chopper. Oh, I can actually fit it. This is a pretty decent blade, actually. It is a slant tip design, and it is very forward heavy. And at the time, this was my favorite until I got my Chinese war sword, which I'll show you right now. I'll just be back for a second. Alright, hopefully it didn't take too long, because I'm not editing this video at all. This is 11 minutes long. This right here, right now, is my favorite. Oh my god. This took 7 months to get to my door, man. I waited so long for this. I think I took 8 months. It took almost a year for this thing to get to my door. I ordered it around, like, August last year, and it came to me like March this year. I mean, not February. Yeah, February. So that was almost a year. That annoyed me. This is a 1055 high carbon steel. This was 60 bucks. This was pretty pricey. But it's just, man, the convex grind, the wide of the, man. I'm gonna have a blade gasm. I don't know what a blade gasm is, sorry. So, yeah, that's my knife collection. Well, you know, large blades collection. Probably gonna do a folder collection, fixed blades, probably even a fucking fragrance collection because I keep them. Let me show you right there. Yeah. But anyways, that's just all my weapons, and thanks for watching. I guess I'm doing a armor video where I talk about my armor very soon. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's it.